It could absolutely be the ultimate winter golf shoe. I mean, it could be the ultimate golf shoe. I don't know. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I am Joe from Open Stance Golf. Now before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and let me know down in the comments below what you think of these golf shoes, because there was a lot of hype for these when they came out. It'd be interesting to know whether you think they've lived up to the hype. So what we're looking at are the Tour X golf shoe from FootJoy. So it's a new golf shoe for 2020. It is the creme de la creme, the top end of what FootJoy offer. And it's an evolution of what they've put out in the past. You've seen every year they have a style of shoe which maybe isn't as traditional as most golfers would think. And the Tour X is, again, it fits into that kind of category. It's something a little bit more out there, a bit more technologically advanced maybe, but it has been built and designed off the back of 3 previous iterations of that kind of style of golf shoe. So the footplate is a development on the footplate that we had in the old Tour S golf shoe. Then you've got the upper layer, which is, again, it's a slight development on the leather upper, which was on the FootJoy DNA. And then the comfort, I mean the incredible comfort, is, again, it's a slight development and kind of almost taken from the FootJoy Fury. So it is kind of 3 golf shoes packed into one. 3 very good golf shoes packed into one. So let's start at the bottom. FootJoy have this thing which they're calling the power plate, which is just a piece of kind of plasticky stuff which runs across the bottom of the shoe. It's uber lightweight and uber structured, so it's offering extra stability but also offering extra surface area to help with things like grip and traction through your swing and help you transfer the power of your swing from the ground up to the club head. You can actually see on the shoe how much extra surface area you do have. These kind of octagon type shapes here, you can see how far they kind of protrude out from the bottom of the sole. Next up we have what FootJoy are calling the power strap, which is this essentially. This little line which runs up the side of each shoe and all the way over the back. We've seen a similar thing in the Pro SL with this like power harness that they have, and that's there to really help with support in the shoe. So if you think about it, when you're tying your shoelace, you're kind of connecting the 2 supports, the 2 power straps, and helping, secure your foot into the shoe. Absolutely does exactly what it says on the tin. It really does feel like a very secure and supportive shoe. So like I say, you add that power plate on the bottom of the shoe to this power strap, then you've got a lot of power. But you also have this moulded heel restraint as well, and the tongue, they've done something special to the tongue. So it all, again, convalesces, merges into becoming a very supportive, stable shoe. And then inside the shoe we have, again, this Ortholite fit bed, which is kind of commonplace in the more premium FootJoy shoes these days. You've seen them again in the FootJoy Pro SL, the Pro SL Carbon. It's just there for comfort and a little bit of support. And good grief, these things are comfortable. I cannot stress how comfortable they are. I was really unsure of them at first. It took maybe a round or 2 to really wear in a little bit. I've used these for a lot of rounds now, and yeah, I've been super impressed. They are so comfortable. Again, I do kind of expect that from a FootJoy shoe these days though. The price that you're paying and the premium that they put on the brand, being this incredible golf shoe, you would expect nothing less. But it delivers. Finally, we have this upper layer of chromo skin leather, which, I mean, we've seen this before in other FootJoy shoes, and I've said that I've been impressed with it then, and I am still so impressed with it. I played in these yesterday in potentially the worst conditions I've ever played in and ever want to play in. It was torrential rain, it was windy, it was, standing water everywhere. These are the kind of conditions that I was playing in. It was ridiculous, but I was wearing these shoes that day. Absolute honesty, the only part of me that stayed dry after playing 18 holes in those conditions were my feet. I was blown away. It stood up to that test so well. That, for me, in my mind, really, if I was on the fence at all about them beforehand, that put them into potentially the best shoes I've ever worn kind of category. very, very, very impressed with them. So the elephant in the room is the price, and that is the massive downside to these shoes, and really the only downside, but it is quite a big one. So they are $179.99 in the UK. And that's just for the regular, that's just for the standard lace-up version of the Tour X. If you want the boa with the fun little twisty thing at the back, then it goes up to £199.99, which by any stretch of the imagination is not cheap. However, there is an argument to say that they're more of an investment than just a one-off purchase, because these are built to last. The way that FootJoy makes shoes, you'd kind of hope that would be the case anyway. And again, at that price, if you were to say, okay, I'm buying these for 3 years and then I'll replace them, then suddenly, £50–60 for a year, it's not that bad for golf shoes, which you can wear in any conditions. I have been wearing these through the summer as well, and in spite of the fact that they have this quite thick waterproof leather layer, they are still quite breathable. They're not as stifling as you would expect them to be. So in all conditions, really, they're a really good shoe. Just the only drawback is that price tag. There aren't a huge amount of issues that I've had with this shoe. I mean, the price is a different thing entirely, but the only other things I've really come across are, firstly, the laces. They're quite waxy, which means you do have to tighten them up quite a lot, and I've found from time to time that they do loosen a little bit. Now, whether that's just because they're new laces, they haven't really been worn in and things like that, I don't know. It's kind of too early to tell, but I have found that I do need to kind of redo my laces once or twice around, which is frustrating, especially when you can feel your foot starting to get a little bit loose. The only other thing is probably extremely personal to me. The way the power pods protrude from the heel of the shoe, I have once or twice caught my heel on the power pods, so kind of as I'm walking along. It's an odd one, but it hurts. They are quite sharp. Again, very personal. I'm sure other people are very unlikely to have that issue. So yes, they are an incredibly good shoe. Yes, they are quite expensive, but I don't think there is anything on the market currently which is better, like pound for pound, than these shoes. All round, these are great. They're great in the summer, great in hot, dry conditions. They're incredible in wet conditions. Absolutely astonishingly good. I know full well now that these can see through some of the worst wet, muddy conditions. They will absolutely be my go-to golf shoe for winter in England. It's almost like they've been designed with that in mind. So guys, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of the other videos, the reviews, the vlogs that I've got coming out on a weekly basis. And also, follow me on social media. I'm at OpenStanceGolf on Instagram and Twitter. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers guys.